Hello everybody and welcome to Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, and this is MatchUp 16. And so here we're going to do something a little bit different. The Monster Trucks will go over the shark tank and then go over here and go and land into the trophy, and whoever makes it will get a point. However, if the Monster Truck fails, then they don't get a point. Alright, first up is Darth Vader, going to be launched by Charlie. Go big, go Hot Wheels! Darth Vader goes, and Darth Vader gets a point! Nice performance by Darth Vader. Next up is Spongebob Squarepants. Ooh, and Spongebob does not get a point.
Next up is Bone Shaker.
Bone Shaker almost got the point. And also is in that pose. That's so funny. Alright, now on to the next truck. Next up is Hot Wheels Racing number 1. Hot Wheels Racing number 1 was doing good, but he failed.
Next up is Dodge Charger RT.
And failed.
Next up is a debuting truck of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, El SuperFasto.
And fails. He was sliding down there and does not press the buzzer. He was only a couple of inches away, but he failed.
Next up is another debuting truck for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, BigFoot.
And BigFoot gets a point in his first attempt.
Next up is Pure Muscle.
And gets stuck. He turns to the left and gets stuck, and Pure Muscle fails.
Next up is Scorcher.
Scorcher going nice and easy and gets a point.
Next up is Rodger.
And Rodger fails and lands on a wheelie, but fails.
Next up is Camaro SS.
And fails and was really close to press the button, but fails.
Next up is Hot Wheels Delivery.
Or Dairy Delivery. And Dairy Delivery just fell down and slides all the way to the trophy. And gets a point.
Next up is 32 Degrees.
32 Degrees and fails.
Next up is another debuting truck, V8 Bomber, and you can see him at Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live.
And was having a little bit of struggles and tries to get to the finish, but he fails.
Next up is All Beefed Up.
And All Beefed Up does not get it.
Next up is Stars and Stripes.
And what a great performance for the red, white, and blue.
Last up for this round is Skeleton Crew.
And fails. Now on to round 2. The Hot Wheels Monster Trucks who won are Darth Vader, BigFoot, Scorcher, Hot Wheels Delivery, and Star Stripes. And here are the losers. And now on to round 2.
Round 2. To start round 2, we have Scorcher. Go big, go Hot Wheels.
Scorcher almost did it, but failed.
Next up is Stars and Stripes.
Stars and Stripes was close, but failed.
Next up is El SuperFasto.
And slides and recovers, but fails.
Next up is Skeleton Crew.
Owen slides and fails.
Next up is Darth Vader.
And fails.
Next up is All Beefed Up. and fails but lands it. Cool. Next up is V8 Bomber, but still, nobody's been able to get a point this round. And V8 Bomber gets a point. Next up is Camaro SS. Oh, was sliding but fails. He was close, just barely. Next up is Hot Wheels Delivery. Oh! And Hot Wheels Delivery failed. Next up is Rodger Dodger. Oh, and Rodger Dodger doesn't get a point, but what a nice landing, though. Perfect. Next up is Pure Muscle. Oh, and Pure Muscle fails as well. Next up is 32 Degrees, and still nobody's been able to get a point besides V8 Bomber. Oh, and 32 Degrees fails. Next up is Bone Shaker. Oh, and Bone Shaker does not get a point either. Next up is BigFoot. And BigFoot gets his second point in a row. Next up is Hot Wheels Racing number 1. Oh, and Hot Wheels Racing number 1 tries to get a point but gets stuck. And he tries to press the button, but he was close. But Hot Wheels Racing number 1 fails. Next up is Dodge Charger RT. And ooh, Dodge Charger RT was doing great, but he misses the buzzer, so he failed. Last up for this round is Spongebob Squarepants. Oh! SpongeBob SquarePants just got hit. He got hit like right here, and then slides over. The only mod trucks that have a point this round is the debuting trucks, V8 Bomber, and BigFoot. Now to round 3 and the final round. Round 3. And to start round 3, we have Bone Shaker. Go big, go Hot Wheels. And Bone Shaker gets a point. Next up is All Beefed Up. Ooh, All Beefed Up slides and falls down. And bye-bye to All Beefed Up. And fails. Next up is Rodger Dodger. Oh, and Rodger Dodger falls in there.
Can someone help us? Please?
Alright, next up is BigFoot. And can he get his third point in a row? Oh, no, he doesn't. And BigFoot fails for the first time. Next up is Dodge Charger RT. Dodge Charger RT slides. And ooh, he does not press the buzzer. And Dodge Charger RT fails. Next up is SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants lands it, but fails. Next up is Hot Wheels Racing number 1. We'll start for Hot Wheels Racing number 1 and fails. Next up is 32 Degrees. And 32 Degrees slides to the trophy and gets a point. Next up is V8 Bomber. And V8 Bomber falls and doesn't get a point. Next up is Hot Wheels Delivery. And Hot Wheels Delivery slides to the trophy and gets a point. Next up is Pure Muscle. Slides and fails. Next up is Camaro SS. Camaro SS slides to the trophy. Well, he tried it, but fails. Next up is Darth Vader. Oh! Darth Vader was sliding over to the trophy, but fails. No!
next up is Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew was sliding but gets stuck and fails.
Next up is Scorcher.
Oh!
And Scorcher tried to slide to the trophy but failed.
Next up is SuperFasto.
Ooh, and El SuperFasto failed.
Last one for today, we have Stars and Stripes. And with the power of red, white, and blue, Stars and Stripes gets a point. USA, USA, USA. Alright guys, here are the mod trucks that have a point. Is Bone Shaker 32 Degrees, Hot Wheels Delivery, and Stars and Stripes. And that wraps up this video. But wait, what? What's this? Big 5 Alarm is gonna do 1 to 10 before we finish this video. Go big, go Hot Wheels! It knocks down the Zamboni, and 5 Alarm just like
Hangs in there.
And guys, that wraps up this video of Hot Wheels Monster Trucks. And see you guys next time for Hot Wheels Monster Trucks.